you wait until you have the perfect thing, product, service, YouTube channel, you'll be waiting for forever. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. My name is Molly Sebrier and today I want to do a very quick announcement video. If you've been following along for a while, you may notice a couple changes here on the channel. So when we first started, we were the Americans in Paris. Now we have changed to Tape on Tape. So I just want to take a moment to explain my thinking a little bit more. This is kind of like I'm explaining the rebrand, but also a build in public episode. First, I know we've only been doing this for a couple months and it's like, okay, you're already doing a rebrand. But something that I have learned in my years of entrepreneurship is you will likely never feel fully ready to launch something. So that could be a product, it could be a service, it could be a YouTube channel like this. If I would have waited until I felt fully ready, until I felt that the branding was on point, that I knew exactly what the channel was going to be, I would not be sitting here in front of my camera talking to you all right now. I am a big believer in learning as you go, and it's kind of become my philosophy in many ways for life. And I don't mean that to say that you should go into things totally blindly without doing any sort of research, without doing any sort of, looking into things. But I do believe that if you wait until you have the perfect thing, product, service, YouTube channel, you'll be waiting for forever. With the American in Paris, this YouTube channel, I originally thought, okay, the website is called The American in Paris. YouTube channel is going to be myself and my co-host Steven. It'd be fun if it was The Americans in Paris. And while I do like that, and it's very reflective of the website that inspired this channel, it's not really reflective of where I am at right now in my life. And I'm going to be releasing a whole entire series where I'm going to be getting a lot more vulnerable, a lot more authentic with you all. And as you can imagine, as I'm alluding to right now, I moved away from Paris about 3 years ago. And starting this channel, I didn't want to start the channel with that big story because it is a big part of my story. And if you've been following along, I am a writer by profession, a storyteller. And so when thinking about doing this YouTube channel, while I knew the branding might change, the name of the channel might change, I knew from the beginning the story that I wanted to tell. And so I thought it was really important to start the channel with what we're known for. So that is how-to videos, tutorials, step-by-step instructions on how to get a French visa. And then aside from that, reflections on what it's like to be an expat living in Paris, the culture shocks you'll experience, and all of that stuff. So I thought it was really important to have almost this bank, this library of videos like that before we got into the more personal side where I'm actually sharing, my personal story. So right now, and I will get into this in more detail in a different video, but right now my husband and I are in the United States because the goal right now is to get him double nationality. We will be able to apply for his citizenship next year because ultimately the ultimate goal is that both him and I have the same passports. We're able to live easily in the same places because we do want to start a family. We do want children eventually. And we just feel really good about each of us having the same passport. Myself, my American passport and my French passport, and my husband, same for him, American passport and a French passport. So right now we are in the middle of this sort of waiting game with him because in the United States you need to live in the US for a certain number of years after you've obtained your green card, whether you're married to a citizen or not, before you can actually apply for nationality. And then at the same time, we are going to be applying for my French nationality, which we can do from the United States. And then once we have those two golden tickets, if you will, we will be able to pursue this dream life that we've been dreaming up pretty much ever since we met each other, which is this life in which we're able to split our time as evenly as possible between the United States and France. And we want to do that for a lot of different reasons. I think there's really great things about France, and I think there's really good things about the United States. And we're lucky enough that we can experience both. And I know I'm saying this all from a very privileged position, and I recognize my privilege. Being married to someone who's not from your own country also comes with its own set of difficulties, administration-wise, but even, in my relationship with someone who wasn't born in the same country that I was. So sharing all of that stuff, sharing more authentic parts of me and my life here, it all lines up with the whole entire goal of the channel, you know, my why for this channel, and that is to share and to help others. So all that to say, I'm very excited about this rebrand. I am like so obsessed with this name of this channel, Tape on Tape. I just think it's so fun. TAPE is an acronym that we use for theamericaninparis.com, and tape, you know, I hope I'm not aging myself by using that kind of verbiage. So if you've been following along, continue to expect the same sort of videos from us, so practical tips when it comes to French administration and applying for visas and residency permits and all of that good stuff. But I'm also going to start introducing some more, I guess you could say, personal videos, personal to my story, but all still in this universe of living abroad, what happens when you do those things, parts of it, the more difficult parts of it, the more challenging parts of it. You're gonna find all of that and more here on this channel. So thank you so much for following along up until this point. If you have already subscribed to our channel, thank you so much for the support. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button for me. If you have any questions, definitely feel free to keep the conversation going in the comment section below. I'm so excited to start this new phase of the channel of Tape on Tape. So thank you again, and as always, until next time, à bientôt.